Hello, I'm Patty Finney from ESU 17, and today I'm going to show you how to use a Google form for a formative assessment in your classroom. If you are in your Drive, you're going to click New, and you're going to go to Google Form. The first step of completing a Google form is to always title it. So I am going to create a multiplication facts assessment, and we are going to be doing the twos. So I'm just going to put two in parentheses. The first thing of completing your form will be to fill out the form setting box. And if I was going to be just sharing this with people within my ESU 17 domain, I may check those first two boxes. But for this purpose, I'm going to be sharing outside of our ESU 17 domain, so I'm going to uncheck that box. And I'm also going to check the shuffle questions order, so each of my students will receive their questions in a different order. You can see my form name is already filled out down below. If I needed a description or directions, I could include that in this box. I am ready to start my actual questions. So I'm going to start by having the students fill out their name. So that would be a text question, and it's going to be required. And I'm done. I'm going to add another item, and I'm also going to have them share with me their email, and that's going to also be text because then I can email results, and I also want that to be required, and that's done. So I'm ready to actually start my math question. So I'm just going to start with 2 times 4 equals, and I want them to have to type in their answer. So the type of question I'm creating is going to be a text question. Notice that you do have several choices. You have paragraph text, multiple choice, check boxes, choose from a list, and also scale and grid questions. Instead of, I do want all of my questions to be required, so I'm going to check that. But instead of hitting done and add an item, I'm going to use the duplicate feature, which will speed up my process a little bit since I'm going to just need to change the multiplier of these problems. So I'm going to use this duplicate button to quickly add the remaining questions. So I'm going to duplicate one more time, and my final question will be 2 times 11. I'm going to select done. The next thing I want to do is I just want to double check to see if I have a red asterisk that I've marked all of my questions as required. And I have. So I also like to look at the live form just to double check how it will look to my students. So if you see, if I click on that, I get the title, I get each of the questions, I see that they're all marked. So that looks good to me, so I can click this edit this form to go back. At the very bottom of my form, there is some confirmation choices. I can show a link after the form's been submitted. I can allow them to respond more than once. These are just personal preferences. I'm going to uncheck those. And then now I'm ready to send the form. So I can click the blue send form at the top right, and I could either enter my students' emails and they would receive the form through an email message. I could get the embed code, but I like to use the short URL and then Control C, copy it so that I can either share it with my web page, project it to my students, write it on the board, or I could even make a QR code. It's as simple as that. You click done and your assessment is ready to go to your students. If you have any questions on how to do this, you can email me at pfinney@esu17.org. Thank you.